that I've done from 2020 to 2024, and you will see the process. It's been a long journey. It has really been a long journey. Those of you that are not seeing from afar, if you don't mind, coming this other side so you can see from the project. Okay. This is 2021. 2021. I love this work so much. That's Professor Bell. Thank you so very much, and that was it about the process. If you could see clearly, you would notice the process. It was not really. It has not really been an easy journey, because the first work that I started doing, I noticed that from 2020, 2021, 2022, there became so much improvement, and the passion for it really kept growing so much. And 2024, I intentionally said to myself, I have to really adjust far better than 2023, because that is what is it about process. You have to grow. You don't need to be comfortable where you are. You need to be angry at yourself sometimes and adjust. And all these things really, by God's grace, I would say it's self-taught. I pushed myself. So many people seeing some of my works, they're wondering, where did you learn this from? And I noticed that it's an inside ability that I intentionally took a step to build, and I'm still building. There is so much more into the art. There's so much more. This is not the end of it. There is so much more. Sometimes when I look at my work and I see other people's work, I saw Ivy's work and I was like, yeah, I have not even started. I saw Mr. JJ's work and I was like, So there is still so much to do and so much to learn. And if other people see my work, they will feel like, oh, you're young already. You're young. But I'm like, no, you can't tempt me. I can't remain where I am. I have to really grow. That is so much. And that really pushed me to do a masterpiece for 2025. I want the ushers to please help me. One of the ushers to just raise it a little bit high. Don't unveil it, please. Yes. So the masterpiece. Okay. Yes, you can bring it for me. And help to raise it a little bit. Help them out with that, please. Thank you. While they're doing that, I'm just going to read out a few lines that I wrote. I had to just put them down so I will not forget some key things that really inspired me with regards on the viewer, the person that looks at the work. My interpretation concerning any work or piece of art that I do could be different from somebody else's observation. I believe you all agree with me concerning that. Someone can look at the works that I did, and they could see, they could have a perspective about it that is so much different from mine. But coming up with the masterpiece, I started the work in 2023, but I don't pay attention that much on it. I just come up, do a little bit, and leave it, do a little bit. And I didn't have a clue of what I was actually doing from the start. I didn't have a clue. Till I got to 2025, the beginning of this year, I said to myself, wow, this masterpiece, anytime I look at this work in my room, it really drives me to a particular point that I felt it's so much personal, but I believe it's going to be so much inspiring to those of you that are here, those of you that are hearing me, those of you that are watching online. The title of the masterpiece is Focus on Your Purpose. I believe you should give a round of applause to that. Focus on your purpose. And the main word there is focus. Focus. Anytime I sit on this masterpiece, drawing, shading, trying to bring out details, I keep seeing myself. I keep hearing the word focus on your purpose. Focus on your purpose. This is so much personal, and I believe it's going to inspire someone. I keep hearing the word focus on your purpose. It took me years to actually identify my purpose. It took me years. Dr. Miles Monroe once said, the greatest tragedy in life is not death. He said, but a life without a purpose. A life without a purpose. Every human being on earth has a purpose. The reason at which you were created. There was a time when my life was filled with confusion. I often cried alone in my room. There is a story behind the masterpiece before I unveil it. Feeling overwhelmed and lost. Perhaps some of you can relate to such a moment of despair. Yet, I now understand that these things, or these experiences, were parts of my journey towards self-discovery. I began to uncover my true self, my purpose, my calling, my identity. What I enjoy most. What brought me fulfillment. With this realization, I set strategic plans and consistently worked on my personal development. I quit teaching, and it was foolishness to so many people. because I was actually teaching since 2004, which is Christian religious education, and I ventured into my teaching practice, did all the requirements, and got my documents as a qualified teacher, HTC, which is higher teacher certificate. Then, now it's advanced diploma in the Gambia College. I taught since then. I have been teaching, and in 2020, there was so much drawing with regards to art. And I realized that it started taking so much of my time, even at school. The moment I have free moments, I just sneak and start sketching some things. Sometimes I'll be in class during my college times. I'll be in class, the lecturer is lecturing. I am busy drawing the lecturer. I can remember 2014, before I started UK, one of my sister, I approached her and I was like, I want to open a shop. I want to do painting and all of that. 2014, I want to do. But little did I know that that moment I was not actually fit to actually do what I wanted to do. You understand? So coming down to 2022, I quit teaching and I said, come on, let me just go into what I enjoy doing best. I enjoyed teaching, but I realized that it was taking so much of my time with regards to what I was passionate about. And that is it about career even. You go in for what you enjoy doing. What you enjoy doing, that's what you find fulfillment in. Any work that you're doing, that you're forced to do it, is not what you ought to do. You ought to do what you enjoy doing best, so that nobody will force you to do what you do. I can wake up at any time of the night and jump into my drawing board and I start drawing, because nobody is forcing me to do it. My brothers and sisters, until you discover your purpose, the reason for your existence, you cannot function effectively. Whatever you have identified within you, pursue it wholeheartedly. It might seem insignificant and others might not support you, but do not be discouraged. Believe in yourself and what you loved doing. Throughout this journey, I met new friends and I built solid, encouraging cycle that inspired me towards excellence. When the right people and opportunities come your way, it is your responsibility to assess, discern, and understand the reasons behind them. My daily routine changed as I became more conscious of my activities. If God Almighty, by His grace, could help me reach this stage of self-discovery. Self-discovery is so much beyond drawing, painting. Self-discovery. There is something about you. Self-discovery. I firmly believe that He can and will do the same for you. You that is watching online, you that is listening, I believe it. Don't be discouraged. Every person has a purpose on earth. Purpose is defined as the reason why something is created. Until the purpose of anything is discovered, it cannot be used effectively and efficiently. Yes, everyone has a purpose for which they were created. However, since you did not create yourself, you cannot determine or know your purpose by yourself. How do you know your purpose? Go back to God. And He will reveal why He created you. The Creator is the only source of understanding your purpose. Reflecting on my journey, I realized how God's creative nature is evident in everything He made, showcasing His artistic personality. We too possess these abilities to create and imagine, discovering God's purpose in attainable. Purpose is attainable for everyone who believes in Him. I have faced numerous challenges in identifying my purpose, figuring out what brings me joy and fulfillment. There were moments of deep depression. I spoke with a particular doctor some few years ago, and I was struggling to actually tell her that I was depressed. And she was like, it's normal, it's okay. It's okay to say you're depressed. And I was actually depressed, seeing what I enjoy doing. I didn't really understand what I enjoy doing. And I cried. Will this art take me far? what brings me joy. Despite my love for God and active involvement in church activities and deep insight, something was missing. A sense of passion had always been there. I recall in 2015, I said this before, I wanted to open a shop and start painting. However, I was not skilled enough at that time, believing I was ready. I did not realize that it was in the right moment. So I ventured into teaching, attended college, and successfully completed my studies. During the 2020 lockdown, I started drawing portraits. To my surprise, I found immense fulfillment and peace in this activity. 3, I attended a conference where the speaker emphasized focusing on one's purpose. Wow. I was deeply engaged. Later, when I saw a photograph inspired, I began working on a portrait embodying this message. However, doubts and external voices challenged me. People questioned whether art could sustain me, especially when considering even marriage. Despite this, I held on to my faith, believing that my artwork would bless and inspire others. God has placed many plans on my heart to accomplish through art, and I trust in His guidance. I'm not going to do this alone. I believe we are meant. That's not it. That's not it. That's not it. Keep coming. Still on focus. It's a process. It's a process. Yes. Okay.
Next letter. Some people are still see. When I reach you, you close your eyes.
Yes.
So that that impulse will be there by the time when you come on. See is taking long, it's around. Can I go to you? So everybody, can you close your eyes? Let's get the drama. Can you close? Mr. Can you close our eyes? You and us together. Yes. Can you open your eyes?
So that's the masterpiece of myself. I've discovered God's purpose in my life.